Hello there. This is my 6/8 cloth. I just recently did a shaving video with this razor and it needs a bit of touch up. It doesn't need much. It's still shave ready, that kind of deal. But I know from experience with this blade that it can be keener. And that's one of the keys. If you catch a razor before it goes way down and refresh it, things always work out better. And that is my practice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some tape on this spine because I forgot to do that. And then we'll start honing. Now with this razor, this is my Shobu. I could simply put some water on this and raise a light slurry with like a diamond card or with this Tomo and do a few laps and refresh this blade like that. But what I'm going to do actually is go back to a Majero. This is a Majero Nagura. And I'm going to go back to this and then move back up to a Tomo slurry created with this. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is this has been laying, my stones I don't put my stones in a drawer because I live in a really humid environment. For some reason here in Virginia, our humidity stays at like 70% until we hit winter, right around in there. So I leave my stones out, and sometimes they can develop, excuse me, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Sometimes they can develop a little bit of dust. Usually I try to store them like this, but sometimes I forget. I don't feel anything on the stone, but what I'm going to do is take this to the sink and rinse it really good. This is something you should get in a habit of doing if you store your stones out, even if you don't. So, to make sure alright. I'm going to wet the bottom of the Majero. You could also, one of the things that some people do, and I don't see a downside to it, honestly. I just don't really take the time to do it. But one of the things that you can do is soak the bottom of your Nagura in just a tiny bit of water. For a bit before you use them. I've never found it necessary, but it can't hurt. One of the things I should mention that you should get used to doing when you hone is kind of graduating pressure from heel to toe. You're not really doing like a rolling X, but you're using your hand to kind of graduate the pressure across the edge. A little bit of forward torque, a little bit of graduated pressure. And you see the slurry traveling across that edge. It more easily does that with a little bit of torque and a bit of graduation to the pressure. So how's 2021 looking for you? Could be worse. We could be in a box in the ground. The older I get, the more I realize just being thankful for life is a good thing. I've missed this. I've got some plans. I'm not going to really reveal them because I'm not sure I can pull it off. There's one person in particular that knows what I'm talking about, and if he is watching this video, please don't give it away. But I've got an idea that I'm floating around in my head regarding my channel. If I find I can pull it off, there'll be some new approach to this channel that I think you will enjoy and appreciate. So stay tuned. It might take me a bit being able to do it. The logistics of possibly being able to do this, what I'm thinking about, are fairly complicated. So be patient. But I think every viewer of my channel, for whatever brings you here, I think you'll be pleased. And right now, while I'm talking about that, I want to thank my viewers. This channel, you hear all this kind of advice on YouTube about growing a channel, and please understand my channel is not huge. So I'm not giving anybody any advice on growing a channel, and maybe my way is wrong, but I'm not really looking to be a big, huge channel. I appreciate my viewers, and I would like to get more of them and all of that. But you hear all this advice, pick something you love, have one main kind of subject, let your channel be about like one thing. Well, this is a fairly eclectic channel. There's a lot of different things on this channel, and I know that I have viewers and subscribers that sub to me or view me for one specific thing. Like, I know that there are those that watch this channel just for straight razor honing videos, and there are people that watch it just for shaving videos, and There are people that watch this channel just for knife sharpening videos, and I could go on and on. But I also know that there's a lot of crossover. There's a lot of people. Now look at this. The undercut of the razor is almost perfect. Lovely. Anyway, I could go on and on and on, but I also know that there are other subscribers that watch me for a couple of different things, and there are some subscribers that I haven't, and I appreciate you all, but I really appreciate those that pretty much watch everything I put out. I have several of those as well, and it's really given me the freedom to kind of do whatever I want on this channel. I want to thin that out pretty well. And that's highly appreciated, because I never would have thought when I started YouTube that I could have the freedom to do as much as I do on this channel and still have people that want to watch and follow. And it's appreciated. Alright, I'm going to rinse the razor, because I judge that that's pretty much all I'm going to get out of that. Rinse the stone really well and go to the Tomo. Now you could go with a diamond plate, and to be honest with you, this Tomo works really well on my Kita. I don't get as keen of an edge off of this stone with this Tomo as I do like a diamond card. A diamond card produces a screaming edge, and the only thing I can figure is the diamond card is just this stone. The slurry that's developed with the diamond card is this stone and this stone alone. This slurry is a combination of these two. For whatever it's worth, and I can tell you right now, that right there, I've honed on that. That's a slamming edge. So you have to really understand that it's going to come down to individual stones, but when you start doing slurry, it's going to come down to the properties of both the stones that you're using most of the time. So that's why I used Majero's Tenju, Majero, Tomo, I think Koma. There's a Botan before the Tenju. Lots of different combinations, but the thing with it is your Naguras, they're stones. They're natural stones. So I might get, if I don't have a matched set, and I don't know if these were matched or not. These were a gift from a friend, but they're high quality Nagura. But, you know, if you acquire them separately, or you acquire them from someone who didn't take the time to match them and stuff like that, what you can find is that the Majero might be finer than the Tenju. Okay, or vice versa. There's no real order to the stones except what you provide with knowledge of the stones themselves. And that is where time on a stone or time with a set, like the Nagura, time with this set of Nagura, okay, that's where it comes in important. You can't just take a set of natural stones and slap them together and, if you get a perfect edge, you'll be flipping lucky. You need to take the time to learn and understand. Now that slurry is getting a little dry, so I want to add some water. But you need to take time, and you can see, if you look, the color change that slurry is already already made. But anyway, you need to take the time to understand every stone. Now, if we're working a 1K, 2K, 4K, 8K, 12K, 20K progression of synthetic stones, well then, that's pretty much as dead simple as you can get. But when we're talking about natural stones here, all bets are off, and you need to understand that when you go to use them, because it do matter. It do matter. Ladies and Gentiles, monkeys and reptiles, it do matter. I need to check the time. Okay. My camera only does like 29 minutes before it shuts off, so I always want to make sure I don't get cut off. Doesn't always work. Now you can see how much darker and grayer that slurry was. I don't know if you can tell, but you can feel a difference in the slurry as you work it. I'm going to finish off with some dropping strokes. Alrighty then. That's the home Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.